Hello and welcome to Zach Milne Talks Live. I literally was checking everything. It looks fine, and now it looks like I'm a little bit jittery. Am I a little bit jittery? There's like a 26-second delay. I'm not even on the YouTube screen yet when you guys are seeing this. But is there a little bit of jitterness on your guys' end? Let me know in the in the chat down here. We got Dakota Man Movies. Welcome, man. We got Michael Entity under his new channel name. Jay Pylon, Laser Michael. The Ace Avenue, Marvin, thank you guys so much for being here. It's great to see you guys here, and I'm so honored and grateful to have you guys here. And yeah, just waiting to see if anyone's saying it's jittery on there. And but before, well, while we're waiting for that, I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. We're in for a fun night tonight, guys. You know why? Because it's live Q&A community night. This is something we do on the channel where our community comes together. You guys throw me some Q's, I throw you back some A's. You chat in the chat yourselves, amongst yourselves. It's a great time. My mic seems to be working. Is anyone saying that there's any mic issues so far? No one's commenting whether or not the video is jittery, so we'll give it just a couple more seconds. But it's actually starting to mellow. It's actually starting to smooth out on my end. So maybe it's fine. Maybe it's all good. We're just gonna take it as all good. And yeah, so tonight, guys, you're just gonna throw me your questions. I will give back some answers. We'll talk about movies, YouTube, TV, whatever you guys want to talk about, we will talk about. And just right off the bat, let's just get into this because we got some people in the live chat already throwing in some questions, already killing it. We got Dakota Man Movies in here. What's going on, man? Saying hi, Zach. Missed the last stream, but we'll be sure to make it this time. Well, I'm hoping you're here, man. I'm hoping you're here. I'm sure you're here. You and Laser Michael, I saw this earlier before we started, so I'm cheating a little bit here. But Dakota Man Movies is saying that the Toy Story 5 trailer just came out. Thoughts on it? It's my favorite movie of all time. So I ran home when I learned it came out, along with Laser Michael. What's going on, Laser Michael? Saying Toy Story 5 trailer released. What did I think of it? Because it got me very curious and excited. Yeah, so I saw this literally because Dakota Man Movies wrote it into the chat that they dropped a Toy Story 5 teaser trailer, and that gave me time to prepare and actually have it pulled up here. So this comes to us from Dark Horizons, that we got the Toy Story 5 trailer. And along with it, we also got a poster from Disney Pixar. Playtime meets screen time. Enter the new era in Toy Story 5, only in theaters June 19th, 2026. I will say this right off the bat, I really love this poster. The toys looking into the screen and seeing their reflection in the iPad screen. I love this poster. This actually may be one of my favorite Toy Story posters of all time. Just saying. I can't think of any other classic ones besides the originals poster with Woody flying up with Buzz off of Andy's bed. This may even top that. I love the tone that this sets. I love what it says about the movie already. Excellent poster for Toy Story 5. As far as the trailer goes, it very much was kind of just an announcement trailer. It didn't really do anything other than present kind of the concept of what Toy Story 5 was going to be with the iPads and the technology now entering the scene. And it was fine. It was fine. I'm not going to say that I was blown away by it. One of the things the thing that stuck out to me the most is just look how freaking sharp this image is now. Look at these toys. I remember you compare this to Toy Story 1 where they looked plasticky because, CGI was still kind of new. So doing plastic toys and the CGI looking a little plasticky made sense for the toys. This is so sharp. This is so sharp. I can't believe it. It looks fantastic. But yeah, this was very much, in my opinion, just kind of an announcement trailer. It wasn't anything that blew me away. And it was very much just for people who aren't watching people like me, like 3C Films, like John Campia, who don't keep up in the movie space. This was just Disney Pixar saying, hey, Toy Story 5, we're doing it again. Come back to the theaters. In fact, I was actually just at my cousin's house. We were having our kids were getting together because we both have kids now. And I mentioned that, someone in the live chat says that the Toy Story 5 trailer just dropped. And he had no idea that there was going to be a Toy Story 5. He was surprised to hear that they were even making Toy Story 5. So there you have it. This is an announcement trailer for people who haven't seen that there's a Toy Story 5. it kind of gives you an idea of what the movie is going to be tackling this time around with the iPads and the technology. And for the most part, it was cute. I liked it. The CGI looks great, but yeah, it definitely wasn't very revealing. I'm very curious how Woody's back. If this takes place during one of the montage scenes with because Forky's there too, and in Toy Story 4 they did a bunch of montages with Forky throughout the seasons or whatever, with Woody trying to keep him from throwing himself away. Maybe this takes place in between one of those montages, or maybe Woody just sneaks back to say hello to some friends, and then the iPad gets presented, and Woody gets mixed up in the adventure. I don't know. I think Tim Allen said that this movie is actually supposed to focus more on Jessie than any of the other toys, which is an interesting decision. But yeah, as far as that goes, we're just gonna have to wait and see exactly what Toy Story 5 has in store for us. All right. Thank you to Dakota Man Movies and Laser Michael for bringing that to my attention. And let's move on here. We've got Chaotic World. I'll put this on the screen here. We've got Chaotic World, aka Michael Entity. Michael, thank you so much for being here, dude. I am so sorry to hear about your previous channel. For those of you who don't know, Michael's previous channel mysteriously got deleted. It got taken down. So he's started a new channel under Chaotic World. I've recently gone over there to subscribe. I encourage all of you guys to hit that subscribe button under Chaotic World as well. Give Michael some love and support. But Michael here is saying, hey, Zach, this is my new channel. I've noticed that you've been watching a lot of horror movies lately. Do you think you're loosened to watch the Terrifier or the X series now? Haha. Yeah. So I've actually seen Terrifier. The first one, I saw Terrifier. Actually, I've told this story before, but I saw Terrifier before the whole Terrifier craze took off. Like when it was still All Hallows Eve and Terrifier was featured in one of those shorts. I watched that with my friends at a very late time in the night. And then we found Terrifier after that, and we watched the full movie of Terrifier back in like 2018-ish, something around there. And then, of course, they've got Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3. I didn't like the first Terrifier. I mostly just watched it because my friends were there, and we had a good laugh. We had some pretty good chuckles. I actually ended up showing it to a couple other friends of mine who are more grossed out by that stuff than even I am. And that was fun, but I have no real interest in watching Terrifier 2 or Terrifier 3, but I wouldn't say I'll never watch them. I think maybe one day I'll probably end up putting them on. The X series, I'm not quite sure what the X series is. Terrifier or the X series. Is X is X the I know what X is. That's the one that has the Jenna Ortega in it. And then they did those two other movies that have different names. I don't remember what the trilogy is called. Maybe. I don't know. I've never thought of ruling those ones out. So maybe. But I wouldn't say definitively to any of those. If you guys were here for the last Zach Milne Talks Live, I did mention that I'm not going to say I don't like horror anymore because it's just not true. I've seen too much horror now that I do like horror, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I still seek out horror. So I don't know, Michael. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see if I get around to that. All right, what do we got going on with Jay Pylon? What's going on, Jay? He's saying thumbs up. Good to see your community night stream. Let's go. Well, good to have you here, Jay. It's a pleasure and an honor, as always, my friend, to see you here. We got Laser Michael as well saying, yay. Well, yay back to you, man. I'm so excited to be here talking with you guys tonight. For those of you who missed the last Zach Milne Talks Live, basically, while I'm getting back into this, I'm not going to commit to doing every Wednesday, every week. My days are just a little bit more unpredictable now, and my schedule's a little bit more unpredictable now, and I don't want to make promises that I can't necessarily keep. I don't want to keep having to post no show tonight, can't do the show tonight every Wednesday that I can't do the show. So I'm not promising every Wednesday I'm doing a show, but I do want to do this as often as I can and as often as time allows me to. So that's why you're getting Zach Milne Talks Live on a Tuesday night and it's not Wednesday. And some days you'll get it on a Friday night. Some days you'll get it on a Sunday night. Some days you'll get it once a month. Sometimes you'll get it a couple times a month. I don't know how long it's going to go on for. That might just be the new regular thing. I liked having a set day of the week that people could have expectations and expect when the live show was going to be. But unfortunately, this is just how we got to do it from now on. But at least it means that we still get to hang out and talk about movies together. So that's the most important thing. That's what I'm most excited about. Laser Michael says also the Mario Galaxy trailer drops tomorrow. Are you excited for that? So yeah, I saw this. I was watching 3C Films. He does his little movie news clip shows, and he mentioned this, and it's interesting. I wasn't expecting it because doesn't this come out pretty late in the year next year? But I guess Toy Story 5 also does that. But as far as excitement goes, I enjoyed the first Super Mario Brothers movie. I thought it was cute. I thought it was a fun adaptation of the video game. And actually, they made the narrative of it work fairly well for the animated film. Of course, I loved Jack Black as Bowser. Chris Pratt as Mario was not the problematic thing that I think many people thought it was going to be. I had my concerns for Chris Pratt's voice as Mario, but honestly, like 2 minutes into the film, it didn't even matter to me anymore. So that was totally fine. As far as if I'm excited, um, not really excited. I'll definitely check it out, but it's not one of my most highly anticipated movies of next year. I don't know if I would be like eager to click on the trailer, but I'm definitely gonna check out the trailer. I think it's gonna be cute. I don't expect greatness. I don't expect anything that's gonna blow me away, but I'm sure it's gonna look awesome. And I think Yoshi is gonna be featured in it, so that'll be fun to see. So yeah, I'll definitely check it out. But excited, not really. If it wasn't dropping tomorrow, I wouldn't lose sleep. The Ace Avenue, what's going on, buddy? My friend, my pal, the Ace Avenue, my beloved channel member who's been a channel member for like 19 months now. As I'm seeing this badge just pop up, that you've been on the channel membership for 19 months, dude. I honestly cannot appreciate that enough, dude. Thank you so much for being here for that long. And you say, Zach, my guy, have you seen Welcome to Derry yet? Yes, I have. I've been trying to keep up with it. Honestly, I haven't seen, what is it, episode 3? Or are they on episode 4 now? I think they're only on episode 3. Because I'm just flat out honest, I totally forgot that it was coming out on Sunday. So I didn't watch it on Sunday, and I didn't watch it last night. I didn't watch it today. So I'm a little bit behind, but I saw the first 2 episodes of Welcome to Derry, and I'm really liking it. I'm surprisingly liking it. I wasn't sure what exactly to expect going into it, and I don't want to give like too many spoilers away because it's fresh show. I mean, if you're interested in watching it, you're probably caught up, you're probably watching it, but I'll just say like the first episode, the ending of the way that they end that first episode, the way that they start the first episode, let me just say first off, was completely jaw-dropping. Like they set the tone and they let you know what you're in for in that first episode. I won't give too much away, but the birth scene in that first episode was grotesque. And I could not believe that they did that on the television show. That was gnarlier. In fact, there's been a couple sequences. Like there's actually another birthing sequence in the second episode. They're gnarlier than some of the stuff we got in the R-rated It movies. And also the violence to the kids in the show is worse than the ones in the R-rated movie, which also surprised me. Which, again, not to give too much away, but that ending of the first episode completely shocked me, completely flabbergasted me. I was not prepared at all for what happened in that theater, and my jaw was on the floor. And then I liked how they followed it up in episode 2, and the character that they've decided who we're following. In fact, we're following a couple characters, and there's also a lot of fun little Easter eggs to an overarching Stephen King cinematic world that they're building. So again, haven't seen episode 3, but as far as the first 2 episodes go, I'm really digging this show. I'm digging the show a lot more than I thought I would. And in the first 2 episodes, you don't even see Pennywise in the clown form. So Bill Skarsgård hasn't even shown up yet, and I'm really liking this show. So I cannot wait to see Bill Skarsgård show up. I think it's just going to make the show that much better. But yeah, really enjoying it so far. Really enjoying it so far. Marvin One Joe, what's going on, Marvin? Thank you for joining us, dude. He says, "Hi Zach, do you think it's funny that even though both Fast X and Beyond the Spider-Verse have big cliffhanging endings, that it's taking years for their next films to come out?" So on the Beyond the it is funny. It is pretty funny, but on the Beyond the Spider-Verse side of things, I give that a little bit more grace, where they know where they're going, and I guess it's just taking them a little bit longer to get there. And also, we have to remember that when um Across the Spider-Verse came out, they worked those animators like they were whipping those boys in the computer chairs faster, faster, clearer, more animation styles. Don't sleep, animate. And that story got out, and they got a lot of heat for that. So I'm sure they pulled back a bit on how on the amount of work and the intensity that they gave on the animators. So that might be why we're not getting Beyond the Spider-Verse as soon as they told us we were going to, because they couldn't do the work ethics that they did to get Across the Spider-Verse out. So I give that a little bit more grace. The animators are working hard. It's there. Those movies, without exaggeration, are pieces of art to put together. Not that not all movies aren't art, but those are literal masterpieces of arts that they are putting together. Every frame could be a sick poster on your wall. So to animate that and put it together, I'm sure that takes a lot of time. So I give Beyond the Spider-Verse just all the grace. I'm sure it's going to come out great. Fast X Part 2 or Fast 11 you want to do is an irresponsibility in the film industry. This movie, so Fast 10 came out in 2023. Came out 2 years ago, and it ended with a cliffhanger where I don't even remember. Dom was riding down a dam with his boy, and Jason Momoa blew up something. A bunch of Tyrese and all of them were in a helicopter. They fell into a mountain. The helicopter blew up, and I don't know. They were supposed to die. They don't even know where they're going with Fast 11. Last we heard, or not last, but a couple months ago, we heard that Fast 11 was going to be like, oh, brought down to the streets again of LA, and they wanted to go back to the roots of the first film and do street racing. But then last we heard is they were having a big dispute over the budget. Vin Diesel wanted like $300 million for the budget, and the studio was telling him like get it down to like 200. I think it might have been 250 that Vin Diesel wanted, and the studio was telling him to get it down to $200 million. So they haven't even figured out like the budget they need for the next part, and they don't even know what the story is. It sounds like they've got that figured out now. I think the studio and Vin Diesel both came out and said like, we figured it out, we're all good, we're moving forward. But Fast X Part 2, I believe, was supposed to come out either last year or this year, and they haven't even started shooting it. Who even knows if they have a script for this yet? Honestly, they should just say that Tyrese and all those guys blew up in the helicopter. They're dead. Bring the budget down and just move on with Dom and the rest of them. There's even rumors that they want to bring in an AI-faced Paul Walker back into. It's a mess. It's a mess. Fast X Part 2 is such a mess. And I think that it's a very irresponsible thing happening in the movie industry right now and on Vin Diesel's part. But Beyond the Spider-Verse, that's going to come out. It's just taking its time, and it needs to take its time because literal pieces of art that they're putting together over there. But it is funny. It is funny that they both had cliffhangers that are pretty significant, and it's taken them very long to come out. And they both came out in the same year, too. Laser Michael says, I also hit 3,200 subscribers. Nice, man. Congratulations. And congrats to you hitting 3,000 subscribers. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I'll be honest, my subscriber count is going down like flies a little bit. I lost 30 subscribers over the last week. Which is in the grand scheme of things, like 3,100 subscribers. I lost 30. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I think everybody on YouTube will let you know that you notice when the subscriber count goes down almost a little bit more than you notice when it goes up. But yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. 3,200 subscribers. I'm very grateful to be where I'm at right now, 3,100. I'm having a ton of fun still with this. People seem to be enjoying it. This was a real adjustment year for me. I had to figure out what exactly I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing with the channel, but people seem to still be liking it, and I really appreciate that. But congratulations, man. 3,200 subscribers. That's phenomenal. That's an achievement. Pat yourself on the back for that one, my friend. Speaking of my friend, we got Luke Ponto in here. What's going on, my dude? He says, Zach, my man, hope you're well. I'm very well, Luke. I'm doing very well. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for being here, dude. Laser Michael says, if you see the Toy Story 5 trailer, which I did, Jessie had the badge and Bonnie's now 8 years old in Toy Story 5, meaning the teaser trailer might take place a few years after Toy Story 4. I That must be information. Well, the Jesse wearing the badge might just be something I didn't notice when watching the teaser trailer. I didn't I mean, I heard Bonnie, but they never said her age, so I guess that's stuff that you have from the details that you've probably read or heard about. Yeah, like I said, the Toy Story 5 trailer was fine. It was mostly just an announcement saying the toys are back. Get ready for next year. But yeah, it didn't do much to move the needle for me, I guess you could say. I'm still looking forward to seeing what Toy Story 5 has in store for us. But that, as far as getting me more excited, seeing the teaser trailer for it didn't do that for me personally. But I know a lot of people it did do that for, so that's awesome. Luke Ponto, I'm about to disappoint because he's asking, have you watched Fallout yet? I just binged the first season a couple months ago, and it is awesome. I've seen just a little over half of Fallout. I started watching it. I was enjoying it. It was fun to see Rico from Hannah Montana pop up. What's his name? Moraes? I can't remember his last name, but I haven't seen him since what was that movie he did? Crap. It had Harrison Ford in it. It was a space movie. It was supposed to be more of a series, but they only had one installment. Oh man, does anyone know what I'm talking about? I don't remember what it was called. There was something to do with space. I don't remember. Bottom line is I liked seeing him pop up in there, and I enjoyed just the world that they built, and Walter Goggins' character was a lot of fun in it. I just never finished it. I just never got around to finishing it, and I don't know. There wasn't a necessarily a reason with the show why I didn't get around to finishing it. It was just kind of circumstances, and I kind of just moved on, forgot about it. So I do have to go back and finish that, Luke. I definitely do. Maybe right before season 2 comes out, maybe I'll go back and finish that one because I was enjoying it. I thought it was fun. Did anyone get Ender's Game? Thank you. I believe. Have you seen that with T? Which, by the way, great to see you in here, T. Thanks for joining us. Was the first to put it in there, so thank you so much, T, for helping me out with that Ender's Game. That's what it was. Laser Michael says, "Did you see the first minutes of Stranger Things 5? I'm very excited, and are you excited?" I am very excited for Stranger Things 5. I saw the trailer that they put out, but I didn't watch the first 5 minutes. I don't watch many clips of movies and TV before they come out anymore. I used to. When I was in middle school, maybe a little bit in high school. I used to devour that stuff. Every single clip that came out for a movie or TV show that I was looking forward to, I actively would seek out. I would watch everything that would come out. But over the last couple of years, I've stopped doing that. I just like going in with as little surprises as I can possibly get. Even some trailers, I'm starting like there are some people I know. Like I think Zach Guller, a good friend of mine and good YouTuber, you should check out his channel, Zach Guller. He doesn't watch any trailers, as far as I know, because he doesn't want to because some of the trailers just get too spoilery. I'm not quite there. There's definitely some trailers that I don't want to watch and I won't watch. Um, I like to go in as blind as I can, but when it comes to Stranger Things, I did watch the trailer for it, which was awesome. It does look like they're going for a huge, big, grand finale, which makes me a little bit nervous because the bigger they try to go, the more likely they can disappoint. Now, Stranger Things for me has never disappointed. Even season 2, which some people don't like season 2, I like season 2. The episode with 11 and the other kids where it's clearly a backdoor pilot for something else that was supposed to happen that never did. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that episode, but I don't mind it. I don't mind that at all. But then they came back with a really strong season in season 3, and they're coming off of probably my favorite and their most ambitious season with season 4. Um which was just some of the best television I've watched in years and maybe ever. I loved Stranger Things season 4. So coming off of a season that strong into season 5, I'm super excited. I feel like they've put so much work and time into this that I do feel like they have it figured out. They've probably got something great for us. But again, that trailer, it was huge, it was epic, it was exciting, but that makes the risk of being disappointing that much greater. So I haven't watched the first 5 minutes. Probably not going to watch the first 5 minutes, but I am very, very excited for Stranger Things season 5. In fact, Stranger Things season 5 is probably my most anticipated thing coming out for the rest of the year. I'm not going to lie. Speaking of next year, though, Dakota Man Movies is asking 2026 is stacked. What are you most excited for? There is definitely a stacked year. And I actually started looking at some of the movies because I was putting together my draft for my most anticipated films for next year that I'm going to shoot in a little bit here to be out in January. Although I might hold back shooting it until after Avengers Doomsday's trailer comes out on December 19th. Because, spoiler alert, Avengers Doomsday is my number one most anticipated thing coming out next year. So if I can have a trailer come out for that to have more context as to the excitement for it, and also to overlay that on the video itself, I might wait until later in December to actually when that trailer comes out, because it's supposed to come out December 19th. I might wait until then to shoot the video. But I am putting my list together. So Avengers Doomsday is up there for sure. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I know, Marvel fanboy, whatever. Super excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Really hope that it's the grounded street level Spider-Man adventure that was kind of promised at the end of No Way Home. It looks like they're going that direction from some of the set photos and stuff being released, but you never know what they're really cooking. So I'm looking forward to that. For something that's a little bit departed from the big blockbusters that are expected, I'm looking forward to Project Hail Mary. And I'm mostly only looking forward to Project Hail Mary because Robert Meyer Burnett on the John Campea show, which I'm an avid listener and watcher of the John Campea show, he has praised this movie just from reading the book through the roof. In fact, he's gone so far as to say that he predicts it'll win Best Picture at the Oscars that it will be nominated for, which is a huge prediction. But based off of just that alone and the trailer, I was intrigued by, and it's the people behind The Martian and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to Project Hail Mary. Of course, I'll throw Toy Story 5 in there as we're talking about Toy Story 5. Dune Part 3, whatever it's going to be called, Dune Messiah, if they decide to go with the book title or whatever. Super excited for Dune. What else did I have on there? There was a couple of things I had on there. I'm looking forward to Supergirl. Like, I really enjoyed Superman. Some of the other stuff that James Gunn has done has not been my cup of tea, but this is the first DCU movie that will be outside of the James Gunn writing and the James Gunn kind of direction, which I'm not crapping on James Gunn. I'm a very big fan of James Gunn, but just a couple little things he's done after and before Superman, they weren't necessarily my entire cup of tea. So I'm looking forward to see what they can do with Supergirl, and Clayface has my attention. I'm kind of curious about Clayface. Yeah, so there's a couple, but most excited for Avengers Doomsday. It's the stereotypical answer, it's the most obvious answer, but it's my answer nonetheless. Collective Movie Man, what's going on, Collective Movie Man? Great to see you in here, my friend. He says, "Hey Zach, how you doing tonight?" I'm doing pretty good, man. I had a nice day, Remembrance Day, so obviously, you know, like, respect to the soldiers that gave their lives for me to live the life that I'm living today in Canada, and even everyone, like, I should actually say I should have done this earlier, but have you seen that with T served? He served over, you know, for the States, and thank you, T. Thank you, T, for your service. I want to thank you for that. I should have done that earlier. I apologize. But yeah, no, so I had the day off from work because it's Remembrance Day. So I had a nice morning with my family, nice breakfast, pretty nice, relaxing day. Watched a couple Arnold Schwarzenegger movies because I'm very deep. In fact, I'm almost done watching the entire Arnold Schwarzenegger filmography collection. Which I put out a poll a little bit ago asking you guys, because my plan is to take all the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that he starred in and co-starred in, and I want to put them on a ranking list, but I wasn't sure if I should do it numbered or if I should do it with a tier ranking. So I went to ask you guys what you would like to have seen. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see if I can pull up the poll here. See if you guys voted on that. I saw a couple of votes on it. It wasn't like crazy amount, but let me just see here. What would I have to do? Go to my channel. Go to my channel. How would I go to my channel? Why don't I know how to go to my own channel? That's bad. Here we go. Go to my own channel. Go to my own channel. Take me there. All right. Let's see here. Go under post. I guess I could pull this up for you guys. It'd be a little bit more exciting if you guys could see it. All right. Let me see here. Where's my poll? Here we go. All right. In the process of every honors poll. Okay, so far with 17 votes. Thank you everyone who's voted, by the way. 76% want to see it done as a tier ranking. Okay. Tier rankings are fun. I'm having a lot more fun with the tier rankings, so That's cool. I'll give that a couple more days, see if more votes come in. See, it does look like it's gonna be a tier ranking though. So that's cool. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. Thank you guys for voting on that. If you haven't voted, go on and vote for how you want to see it. But yeah, it's a big project, but I think I can get it done. I think it'll be fun. Anyways, with that said, yeah, good day. Having a good day today. So thank you so much for asking, man. I hope you're having a great day yourself, Collector Movie Man. Trev's Movies, what's going on, Trevs? He says, an old question of mine is on the thumbnail. Yeah, I mean, I tried to do something a little bit different than just put in the words live Q&A community night. I wanted to put your guys' questions in there. I thought it'd be kind of a fun little switch up. Let me know if you guys like that. But thank you so much, man, for being here. The Evan edition. What's going on, Evan? If you guys haven't checked out the Evan edition, definitely head over to his channel. He is a really great guy. He's a really well-spoken movie commentator and critic, whatever you want to call him. His shorts are popping up like crazy on my feed since I've been checking out his stuff, and it's really good. And he does a lot of stuff with our buddies Zach Attack Reviews and Kenny Sparks. So definitely go check out all those guys. But yeah, definitely go check out the Evan edition. Which, by the way, Evan Edition says, hey, Zach, catching you live before I see Predator Badlands. Hopefully my screen doesn't go out. Yeah. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram or just don't check my stories regularly, which, I don't expect you to, but you should, but I went and saw Predator Badlands, on Thursday night, which, by the way, so much fun. It's probably my second favorite Predator movie of all time, right after the original. I do have a full review up for it. You can check it out, but not exactly thrilled with how the lighting turned out on that review looking back on it, but whatever. It was a fun time. I have my review out. You can hear more thoughts on that. But what happened during my screening of Predator Badlands was it was literally in the last 10 minutes of the screen, or of the screen, of the movie. There was like 10 minutes left of the movie, and I won't give away anything, and don't worry about it. I won't give away anything, so hear me out. There's 10 minutes left in the movie. We're about 10 minutes left in the movie. And all of a sudden, everything in the theater just goes dark. The screen shuts down. Everything shuts down. There was a power outage for like a couple seconds. And then everything comes back. Well, not everything. The emergency lights come back on. The main house lights come back on. The audio comes back on, but the screen doesn't come back on. So we're sitting there in a brightly lit theater with nothing on screen, just hearing gunshots, explosions, predator growling, all these noises. We can't see any of it. Eventually, a theater employee came in and was like, hey, stay in the theater. We're having a power outage. It's procedure. Just stay in your seats. Of course, as soon as he said that, everyone got up and left. I took my dad to come see it. It was me, my dad, and 4 other people that stayed in the theater. Everyone else booked it. Eventually, they were able to rewind the film, but they went back 20 minutes. So we watched like 10 minutes again that we had already seen. And then we finally got to see the end of the film. So, yeah, I can't say I've had an experience like that in the theater before. And definitely I've never had an experience where they were actually able to rewind the film in the theater before. But, yeah, I think those people left to go get their money back. Me and my dad stuck it out. I'm glad we did because I really enjoyed the ending of the film. Not going to give it away. But, yeah, hopefully you don't have the same problem, Evan. Hopefully your screen stays on all the way through. And I hope you have a great time with the film. Collective Movie Man says it comes out in April, the Mario movie. Okay, that's actually not too far away. Okay, that makes sense. Laser Michael says, do you like my new profile pic? I'm ready for the holidays. Oh, I wish I could blow this. Oh, maybe I can blow this up. I can't actually quite see what it. Oh, I see it now. You got a nice Christmas sweater on there, my bud. You got the red background. Yeah, dude, that's a nice sweater. That's a nice profile picture and very festive. Very festive. Good job, man. Have you seen that with T saying Zach is back? I'm back, and so are you, T. It's great to see you, my friend. Says, hey, Zach, good to see you, and hope you and the family are well. Likewise, my friend. Likewise for you and your family. Dakota Man Movie says, ready for the Avengers trailer? Ready? Dude, give it to me. Pump it into my veins. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this trailer. This trailer is going to be very, very, very telling of the direction that Marvel is going to be going in, I think. There's a lot riding on this trailer. There's a lot that could go wrong with this trailer. They got to come out swinging. And I think Marvel knows that. This might be a bold prediction. I think we're about to get the most exciting and most just blood-pumping big picture trailer Marvel's ever released. I think that Avengers Doomsday has to be the best trailer Marvel has ever put out, at least for an Avengers film. Let's just say that. We'll temper it a little bit. This has to be the best trailer for an Avengers film we've ever seen. And I think it will be, and I'm super, super excited. The Corner Man Movie says, do you think that Dune 3 will be delayed? I saw something today that they just wrapped filming and don't seem to be moving anytime soon. If they don't, Avengers and Dune will on the same day is insane. Doomsday! Avengers Doomsday. Do I think the fact that the fact that it just wrapped filming, that's not going to be why they delay it. If they got plenty of time to finish it, they can hit their release date with the amount of time that they have to do right now. If they were going to delay it, which by the way, I personally think they will, and I personally think they should not even delay it, but maybe even move it up, will be because they need to get off of Avengers Doomsday's day. they Dune can't go up against Avengers Doomsday. That's insanity. I mean, it'd be a great double feature for some of us nerds, some of us movie geeks, but I don't know if they'd want to do that, because Avengers Doomsday is gonna smoke Dune. Like, it is going to take a chunk out of their box office. If they open the same day, Avengers Doomsday will take a chunk out of Dune's box office. It's possible Avengers moves up. I don't think Avengers would move up. I mean, you've got the holiday season date, you've got the Christmas going audience, which is one of the biggest days, if not the biggest day people go out to the theater, and the biggest time that people go out to the theaters. I don't think Avengers Doomsday, and I don't think Marvel can risk losing that date. I think Dune will move. I'll be slightly surprised, not completely surprised, won't fall out of my seat, but I'll be slightly surprised if Dune stays where they are, because Avengers Doomsday is going to annihilate Dune. It just will. Like, Dune is a more, not like to be offensive to Avengers or anything, but it's more an intellectual kind of sci-fi film. So the average movie-going audience will probably choose to go to Avengers Doomsday, and people who are super amped for Avengers Doomsday will choose to go there before they decide to go to Dune. I think Dune can still do well on that day, but they would move. They should move. That's just my opinion. Oh, we did a jump. Michael, aka Mr. Awesome. What's going on, Michael? Great to see you, my friend. He says, hey, Zach, happy holidays. What did you think of the MJ biography trailer? First of all, yeah, thank you, man. Happy holidays. I guess we're saying happy. I don't know. Do we say happy holidays yet? I'm fine with saying happy holidays, by the way. I've been listening to Christmas music in the house. My wife put it on, but I enjoyed it still. Yeah, the MJ biography trailer. I thought it was very, again, just kind of an announcement trailer. This is coming. Be prepared. They didn't even really give like a great look at Michael Jackson's nephew as Michael Jackson, but that trailer was awesome. That was a great teaser trailer. I thought that first of all, it looked epic. Like, Anton Fuqua is a great director, but the scope and scale and size, because it's the king of pop, it's Michael Jackson. You've got to be able to show just how popular and huge this guy was. And I thought they there was just one little shot in the trailer where it kind of showed an arena with people and him in front of the audience, and I thought they did a great job with that. It really captured just the size and scope of his fame. I liked the overlayer of the music of all the Michael Jackson hits that were playing over it. So it wasn't a trailer that gave a lot, and I'm still a little bit nervous about this movie because there was legal stuff that they weren't supposed to put in the movie, and then they did put it into the movie. So now they've tried to patch up and fix that, and they've actually split this movie now into 2 parts, and we get part 1, and then part 2 will come out, I think, next year. Or Michael Jackson comes out next year. It'll come out in 2027, part 2. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good teaser, and it's one of my most anticipated movies of next year. In fact, I should add that to the list of what I named off. Michael is one of my most anticipated movies of next year. It's up there too. It's probably like number 4. Have you seen that with T? It says Michael is my number 1 movie. I'm looking forward to next year until I see the Avengers trailer. Yep. Yeah, well, that trailer will in some ways that trailer will make or break it. Because especially for like I'm not saying that if they do this, they won't make a huge amount of money at the box office. But I do think that if they lead with characters that are coming from Disney Plus and even like Thunderbolts and stuff, they're going to automatically lose some box office money. But if they come out with this trailer and and I believe they will, heavily feature Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, maybe even toss in Chris Evans as Captain America. He's denied it. He says he's not in it, but I mean, come on. Come on. I think he's in it. I think he's there. So you throw him in there. And even if you throw in like some of the OG X-Men characters that head front this trailer, um, there's been a couple leaked photos. They could be AI, could be fake, whatever. But if you put Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man front and center in this trailer, you do those kind of big reveals in the trailer, which we already know because of Chair Watch, except for Tobey Maguire, that they're in the movie. That'll affect your box office numbers right away. And but if you show a trailer that features like the Thunderbolts and shows Miss Marvel and maybe you throw in She-Hulk in there and you kind of focus more on the newcomer like Shang-Chi, even if you focus more on like the newcomers that they tried to set up from Disney Plus and over the last couple movies, I think that weakens the box office right away. They got to come out swinging. I'm telling you, they have to come out swinging, and I think they will. And I think we're in for a really big, exciting trailer. I really do. And you also have to add into the fact that they are playing this in front of Avatar. People make it out to Avatar films. Avatars are the biggest films of all time. Avatar 3 has a lot of eyes on it. You want to impress the audience that is going out to see Avatar 3, which, judging by the box office, is probably going to be everybody in the world. So, yeah. And it could disappoint. I could be building it up too much in my mind, but I really do think Doomsday is going to be an incredible trailer. Collected Movie Man says, what if the Doomsday trailer is only 30 seconds and all it is the Marvel logo? You hear all the characters in there that are going to be in Doomsday. Do you think that will get you hyped enough for it? Me personally, no. No, I don't think that. I think if they just did the Marvel logo and then you hear characters that are going to be in it, you'll be like, "Oh, oh, oh." But it won't give you the pop. Because the thing is that we've had Chair Watch, right? If that's what we're calling it now. But all those chairs were revealed. We saw the names. We kind of know who to expect in it. If we hear them, that's cool and all, but it's not going to be that huge pop. And you also, again, this is playing in front of a Avatar. So you don't want audiences sitting there listening to a 30-second trailer with just voices over a Marvel logo or over whatever images exploding and you hear voices and they're going, "Who was that? Who was that? I think I recognize that voice. Who was that?" No, you got to come out with something big. And the big you got to you have to focus on Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. You have to. You have to show him, you have to give some kind of insight into what he might be doing. Oh, it's a pretty early trailer, so maybe I'm giving it way too much of a task to do. It does kind of have to be an announcement trailer for Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. For those of you who don't watch the movie news, for those of you who don't go to Comic-Con or look up Comic-Con news, this trailer has to let them know that Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. Because that's going to be their big gimmick pull-in. And then maybe some X-Men and stuff too. But anyways, yeah, no, this trailer has to be very, very exciting. Toxic Gamer 331, what's going on, Toxic? Thank you for being here, my friend. He says, Olo, Zach, Olo, back to you, my friend. How's your day been? It's been wonderful, my friend. It's been just wonderful, and this has been the best way to end it. Best way to end it. Toxic Gamer 331 says, who do you think will be nominated for Best Actor category for the Oscars, and who do you think will win, and who do you want to win? Well, that's hard for me to answer because I haven't seen everything. In fact, I haven't seen a lot of things this year. But from what I'm hearing, like Leonardo DiCaprio has to be in there for one battle after another, which I haven't checked out yet, but I'm very excited to. I hear nothing but absolute praise for Timothy Chalamet in Marty Supreme. In fact, a lot of like again, I listen to John Campea pretty adamantly, especially when I'm at work and driving around. I listen to his podcast all the time. From what he's been saying, that he's been hearing from people and just the news outlets in general, Marty Supreme is the front runner for Timothy Chalamet to win. I again haven't seen it, but that's the word that's coming out right now for Timothy Chalamet. I don't think The Rock has much of a chance anymore, to be honest. And I saw the Smashing Machine. I did make it out to see the Smashing Machine, which I thought was an okay movie. I thought it was pretty good, but The Rock gave a good performance, but I didn't think he gave an Oscar-worthy performance. I thought he gave a great performance for Dwayne Johnson. I don't know if he gave an Oscar-worthy performance. Um, as far as what I've seen, I'm trying to think of like I actually just watched Frankenstein, Del Toro's movie that was on Netflix. I thought Oscar Isaac was great. I thought he was really good. I don't know if he'll get nominated, but I thought he was really, really good. Trying to think if there's anything else I've seen that should get nominated this year. But yeah, who do I want to win? That's a good question. Who do I want to win? Oh, honestly, you know what? You know who's an underdog who I think should be nominated, who I doubt will get nominated, and definitely won't win, is Jonathan Majors in Magazine Dreams. I watched Magazine Dreams a couple weeks ago. I thought he was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I was so drawn in by his performance. I know everything that's gone down with Jonathan Majors. He went through the trial. He got his punishment. I think he's paid his dues at this point. I don't know if Hollywood is gonna welcome him back anytime soon, but Magazine Dreams, he was really impressive in. So honestly, of all the things I've watched, because I haven't seen One Battle After Another, I haven't seen Marty Supreme, I haven't seen a lot of the Oscar bait movies just yet. I would kind of want Jonathan Majors to win for Magazine Dreams. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Have you seen it with T says, thanks so much, Zach. Greatly appreciated. Oh, well, dude, greatly appreciate your service. I really do mean that. Even though I don't live in the States, it still totally, like, affects me here in Canada. So I really appreciate it, man. And I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a really nice day. Toxic Gamer 331 says, I think it's gonna be these. Okay, give me yours. Okay, Leo for One Battle, Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, that's a good one. Maybe. I wouldn't fall out of my seat if he got nominated, but he's not one that popped into my mind right away. So that's interesting. Paul Mescal for Hamnet and maybe The Rock for Smashing Machine. I haven't seen Hamnet. I don't even know what Hamnet is. Like I said, maybe not The Rock. You know who was really good in I don't think I don't think he would get nominated. I wouldn't fall out of my seat if he got nominated, but I thought Joaquin Phoenix in Eddington was really good. I watched Eddington a couple nights ago, and I really liked his performance. I don't think he would get nominated for it, but I don't know. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Tox Gamer 331 says I would want Chalamet to win, but I think they'll probably give it to Leo. Like I said, I haven't seen the movies, so I can't say. Like that would just be based off who do I like more. Who do I like more, Leo or Timothée Chalamet? I'll say this though, Leo DiCaprio, he's won his Oscar. I think he deserves to have more Oscars, but he's won his Oscar. It would be really cool to see Timothée Chalamet get an Oscar. He's pretty young in his career, but he really does impress every time he pops up. So I would be excited to see Timothée Chalamet win. Collective Movie Man says, here are all the movies that I'm looking forward to in 2026. Number 1, The Odyssey. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about The Odyssey. I'll be honest, The Odyssey is one of my most anticipated. I am looking forward to it because it's Christopher Nolan and I think the cast is really good. I'm not typically a sword and sandals type guy. Like those aren't my go-to movies to watch. So The Odyssey, yes, it's Christopher Nolan. I think it's going to be grand and epic in scale, and I think the cast is going to be phenomenal. But I still can't get over the fact that like those aren't typically my kind of movies that I watch. But at the same time, Oppenheimer is not typically the type of movies that I watch, and I really loved Oppenheimer. So Christopher Nolan, you can't doubt Christopher Nolan. So I should have mentioned The Odyssey, but thank you for bringing it to my attention again here. Yeah, The Odyssey is definitely anticipated. Dune Part 3, Supergirl, Clayface, Spider-Man, Avengers, Doomsday, The Hunger Games, Sunset on the Reaping. I imagine there was more. Nope, just those. Oh, nope, we did a jump there. That was 7. Did you have 8? Yep, here we go. Collective Movement goes on to say 8, Project Hail Mary. 9, The Dish, the new Steven Spielberg movie. Oh, is that what it's called? Is that what the new Steven Spielberg movie is called? I'm looking forward to that too. 10, Mandalorian and Grogu. I wish I could get excited for that more, but I'm just not. 11, Masters of the Universe. 12, Super Mario Galaxy movie. 13, Toy Story. 5, 14. I don't know what 14 is. Toy Story 5. 14, Fockers in Law. And 15, Michael. Wow, man. 15, that's a lot. Yeah, a couple of those I'm definitely on the same page with you. There's a couple in there that I'm not like super anticipating, but I'm definitely looking forward to checking out. Laser Michael said, I had a power outage in my area. 14 power lines were down, 80 miles wind. It was crazy, and the power was out for 25 hours. Holy crap. I don't know that I've ever experienced a power outage for that long before. That's wild, man. That's insane. Toxic Gamer 331 says Predator Badlands I thought was awesome. It might end up being in my top 10 of the year. We'll see. After all, I've almost seen 200 films this year, which still blows my mind. Holy crap. Yeah, 200's a lot, man. I've seen 60. I've seen 60 and man, I'm trying to get to 100. I'm really trying to hit that 100 this year. I've already surpassed last year. I think last year I saw 54 new releases. This year I'm up to 60. I think 2023 I saw 64. So if I can get to 65, at least I beat my own personal record. But I'm really trying to hit 100. I'm really trying to get there. I've never hit the triple digits for movies in 1 year before. But yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. The View with Drew says, hey everyone, what's up? What's going on, View with Drew? Thanks for being here, my friend. It's always awesome to have you in here. Toxic Gamer says, by the time I do my ranking of all the movies I watched this year, 50 minutes in, I'm gonna be out of it. Oh man, dude, you gotta keep that to like 3 words each for each movie. I liked it. This was good. It was awesome. Just keep moving. Just keep moving forward. Yeah, that 200 movies and you're going to rank them all. My goodness, man. I salute you. I salute you. That is quite the task. The View with Drew says, awesome news. I have a new Lego DC short film on my channel now, and I strongly recommend you guys check it out when you get the chance. Lego Aquaman Death of a Prince. Well, you heard him, guys. Go check that out on View with Drew's channel. That's awesome, man. Hope that does well. Toxic Gamer 331 says, later tonight I'm going to rewatch Fantastic Four First Steps on its 4K Steelbook. The first time I thought it was great. I wonder if it'll go down for me on my rewatch. Yeah, I haven't rewatched it yet. I wanted to rewatch it with my wife, but she was not interested in watching it. At least not at the time that I was going to put it on for her. So, and I don't want to watch a movie when my wife's not into it. She'll be on her phone half the time, so that's not going to be any fun. And I want to really experience Fantastic Four again. Because I really enjoyed Fantastic Four in the theaters. It wasn't my favorite. Thunderbolts was my favorite Marvel film. In fact, Thunderbolts was my favorite overall comic book film of this year. But Fantastic Four was really good. I really liked it. Toxic Gamer goes on to say, and along with Fantastic Four First Steps, I have now almost all 4 comic book movies on 4K Steelbook, except for Captain America: Brave New World. Nice, man. I forgot Captain America: Brave New World came out this year. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man, I did enjoy that film, but it's definitely a forgettable one. Not gonna lie. Dakota Man Movies says, I am on track to earn 1,000 by the end of the year. Any tips for what to do next? 1,000 subscribers? Well, first of all, man, congratulations on that. Any tips on what to do next when you hit 1,000 subscribers? Just keep doing what you're doing is what I would say. I mean, look at what's working for you. I've been over on your channel. Your ranking videos do very well. So I would say keep doing your ranking videos for sure. Yeah, you're doing a lot of good stuff over there. You got a lot of successful videos going on over there, my friend. So congratulations to that. Just keep going. Just keep grinding. I think it is really important to do something that involves your community. I think community building is very important for YouTube. I mean, the live show that we do here, the live Q&A community nights, they're called community nights literally because I want to interact with the community, with you guys. I want to build this. I want to grow this. I want you guys to feel like you're a part of it because you are a part of it. I'm just making things, but if you guys don't watch them, there's no point to it. So absolutely, just keep doing what you're doing. Involve the community where you can. Try to find, like, I've been trying to find ways of, like, even outside of the live streams, trying to incorporate more audience into videos and stuff. So yeah, I would say just keep doing what you're doing. Look at what's working. Keep going. Improve with each video that you can. Watch your previous video. Find something, even if it's just a tiny little thing that you think could be better. Improve it, and just keep getting better and better naturally. And you're also very young. You're also very, very young. So you can grind out this YouTube thing for a very, very, very long time. You've got so much time to perfect, so to speak, your craft because you never feel perfect with your YouTube. YouTube is very much like sometimes you just have to put out the video. You can't. It's just it has to be done at some point, and you just have to put it out. You can't tinker anymore with it. But yeah, you're very young. You've got tons of stuff still yet to do on YouTube, I'm sure. You've got a bright future ahead of you. So just keep having fun with it. Keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, just find ways to involve your community. That would be my suggestion. But dude, obviously it's working for you because you're on track to hit 1,000 subscribers. You're growing. You're doing well. Good job, Dakota. Proud of you. Collector Movie Man says, nope, I don't listen to Christmas music until 2 weeks before Christmas or after my birthday. That's very fair. Dakota Movie Man's also saying, still a bit early for Christmas. Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion, and Santa Claus is coming to town. Laser Michael says, did you hear that Stranger Things was originally going to kill off Steve in the first season and Hopper in the third season? How do you feel about this if it happened? I heard about the Steve one, I believe. Which isn't surprising because if you watch that season early on, he does kind of come across as someone who's gonna get killed off, but he does get redemption, which I end up loving the Steve character. Killing Hopper in the third season, I'm pretty sure they teased that he died at the end of season 2. Or did he oh, they teased that he died at yeah, he died at the end of season 2 because then they find him in Russia in season 3. So that doesn't surprise me too much that they decided to bring him back, but I think the show would have lost something if you killed off Steve or Hopper. I do feel like they're better off being around, but I don't necessarily think they're gonna survive till the end. Just saying. Toxic Gamer 331 says, have you heard of you woo foo foo? It's a website on Safari where it's a bracket-esque tournament on any subject you want to do. It's really fun, and there's one I've been addicted to playing where it's every movie on Letterboxd that has 1 million reviews on its app, and I think you would like it too. Maybe it could be a fun video idea. If you want a link, I can send it to you on Instagram if you want. I've never heard of it. Sure, man. Send me the link on Instagram. I might check that out. I might see what that's about. Sounds interesting. You woo foo foo? Obviously, I have not heard of it. But yeah, I'd be interested in checking that out. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, man. That'd be awesome. Toxic Gamer says, have you watched Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein yet? If not, I would highly recommend it. Actually, is now in my top 5 favorite movies of the year. It beat Thunderbolts for my 3rd favorite of the year. I did watch it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought, first of all, Guillermo del Toro just makes beautiful film. Like, even his Pinocchio movie, which a lot of people were very high on, I thought was fine for the most part. I wasn't huge on it. It was gorgeous. And Frankenstein's no different. Frankenstein looked fantastic. I was more into the first half of the film, actually, than I was the second half, which both halves are very good. If you guys haven't seen it, it starts with a prelude and then kind of goes into the backstory of Victor Frankenstein and then goes into the backstory a little bit of the monster itself. I was really into the stuff that they were doing with Victor Frankenstein in the first half of the film, telling his story and kind of how, without giving too much away, how the abuse that he endured, he then transferred on to the Frankenstein monster, and how it was kind of like the sins of the father being passed on to the sins of the son type kind of themes. And then I did like the second half too. I liked what they did with the creature, very sympathetic, and it was just a really good movie. It was just a really good movie. I really don't have too many like gripes with it or complaints about it. I just really enjoyed it. It's very long. It's 2.5 hours long. It's kind of a slower burn, so I don't necessarily think I would watch it again. But I do think it would be in my top 10 of the year, which out of 60 films, top 10 is pretty good. So yeah, I liked Frankenstein. I would recommend Frankenstein 100%. It was good. It was really good. Where are we at now? Toxic Gamer 331 says, it still hasn't beat Sinners or Superman for me though for 1 and 2. That's fair. That's fair. I would put Sinners and Superman over Frankenstein myself. But I Frankenstein might be better made than Superman, but I had more fun with Superman. Toxic Gamer 331 says, which one would you rather get delayed, Doomsday or Dune 3? For me, I would rather Dune than Doomsday because Dune already has been delayed. I would 100% want Dune 3 to be delayed. Okay, I'll tell you guys something that I wasn't gonna make public because I don't want to I want the option to back out of it. But I am working on a very big project right now. If you follow me on Letterboxd, which if you're not following me on Letterboxd, you kind of get a little insight or glimpse into some of the ideas and projects I'm working on. But earlier this year, I finished watching every Marvel movie ever made. All 96 Marvel movies. That includes the TV movies, the live action, not animated, TV movies, from the 70s. That includes everything in the 90s. That includes everything in the early 2000s, pre MCU. That's MCU. That's everything that was coming along with MCU. Sony's Spider-Man verse, all of it. All 90s, Big Hero 6 from Disney, all of it. And the reason I didn't watch like all of it earlier this year. I caught up on things that I had missed to fill out the rest of the movies that I needed to see. And the reason I did that is because I'm actually shooting and scheduling out videos for next year, because my plan that I'm trying to do, again, I might end up backing out of this because it's a really big task, but I'm trying to do a Marvel movie review every day leading up to Avengers Doomsday. So that'll be in release order for every single Marvel movie that's ever been made. And the last one, so I have the first video scheduled to come out September 13th of 2026. And every day after that, I plan to have a Marvel movie review come out all the way up to December 18th when Avengers Doomsday comes out. And I'll probably re-review like Deadpool and Wolverine and Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four and all those things so that I can fill up all those dates leading up to Avengers Doomsday. Now, if Avengers Doomsday gets delayed, all that work will be for nothing. It won't be for nothing. I'll just have to schedule them out 2 years. If it went into 2027, which if it got delayed, it would go into 2027. If it got delayed to like December 28th instead of the 19th, whatever, I'll move my videos up. But if it got moved that far, well, then that's a lot of work that I'm gonna have to sit on for even longer. So, like I said, I'm telling you guys here because you guys are the like loyal, the most loyal viewers. You guys are here talking live with me, giving me your time when you could be doing anything else. You're here hanging out, talking movies with me. So I will let you guys in on that secret. I am trying to do a Marvel movie review every day leading up to Avengers Doomsday. I am starting now so that I have as much time as I possibly can to get them done. But I still have the option to back out of it because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I think it'd be really cool if I achieved it. So yeah, getting Doomsday delayed would suck. But Dune 3 getting delayed, I would be okay with, honestly. I want to see Doomsday more than Dune 3. The View with Drew says, what's your favorite performance by an actor in a leading role in a 2025 movie? For me, it's easily Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. I mean, like I said, I honestly think it's Jonathan Majors in Magazine Dreams. Michael B. Jordan in Sinners is great. And you know what? David Cornsweet as Superman was fantastic. And I really liked oh man, I'm blanking. No, it was Joaquin Phoenix in Eddington. I really liked Joaquin Phoenix in Eddington. But I don't know, man. I was really drawn in by Jonathan Majors in Magazine Dreams. Toxic Gamer 51 says, have you seen Welcome to Derry yet? If not, I think it's great so far. It actually makes Pennywise scary again after what they did to him in Chapter 2. Yeah, Chapter 2 was a big letdown for me. Chapter 2 felt tonally weird to me. There was moments where it was funny when it should have been scary. I'm not a huge fan of it, Chapter 2. I gotta go back and rewatch it. I haven't seen it since the theaters, but it's also almost a 3-hour long movie that I remember not liking all that much. So I don't really want to go back and rewatch it. But Welcome to Derry, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier in the show. I'm really enjoying it. I'm an episode behind. I believe the episode 3 is out, not 4, so I'm an episode behind. But I saw the first 2 episodes. I really enjoyed them. They definitely are making Pennywise scary again. They're doing things in the show that are more gnarly, grotesque, and scarier than they did in the movie. So I am enjoying it quite a bit, to be honest. Even if I'm a little grossed out at times. Toxic331 says, I saw Eternity yesterday in a mystery screening yesterday, which is the new romance movie with Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller, where they reunite in the afterlife along with Olsen's past husband. That's drama. I have not heard of this movie. Eternity, and it stars Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller. Thank you for putting that on my radar. I'm going to add that to my list of movies to catch up on when it comes out on VOD. I have no idea what that is. Liam Pritchard, what's going on? Liam, thanks for joining, buddy. He says, hey, Zach, are you looking forward to Now You See Me, Now You Don't? I think this is a sequel that's long overdue. No, I'm not looking forward to it. I don't think I'm going to go see it. I mean, I don't mind Now You See Me. I don't even remember if I saw the second one. That had Daniel Radcliffe in it, right? I either saw the trailer a bunch of times or I did see the movie and I just forget about it. I think I saw it. I don't remember. They haven't captured me. The first one, like I said, it was fine. I didn't hate it or anything. I was entertained enough, but I didn't like I haven't gone back to that in years. And none of these trailers for the third one have really like elevated my interest or moved the needle for me in excitement. So no, not really looking forward to it. Will I check it out? Doubtful. Doubtful. But I might. I might throw it on one day. But no, not really looking forward to it. Toxicator331 says it was actually pretty good. I didn't love it, but I thought it was really solid. Oh, this is Eternity? Yeah, Eternity. Okay. Well, it's good to hear that you enjoyed it. It was solid. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. Liam Pritchard said, but a sequel that we absolutely don't need is Toy Story 5. You know, it's funny because I'm not quite well, I am alive enough. What the heck am I? I'm old enough. I am old enough that I do slightly remember like people saying we didn't need Toy Story 3 after Toy Story 2. Like, oh, Toy Story 2 ended so well. Why do we need Toy Story 3? That was kind of just like my family members though. But I'm definitely old enough to remember we don't need Toy Story 4. What are they doing? Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending. We don't need Toy Story 4. And I was slightly on that bandwagon as well. I had more faith in it because I was of what I was hearing. It really did sound like they had a solid idea that they just couldn't get out of their heads and that they were really excited about making. So that was kind of what had me enthusiastic for Toy Story 4, which I ended up really liking Toy Story 4. Was it a better ending than Toy Story 3? Arguably no, but it was still a pretty solid film and I really enjoyed it. I'm glad it exists. At the end of the day, I'm glad Toy Story 4 exists. So now it's funny cuz here we are again. We don't need Toy Story 5. We didn't need Toy Story 3, we didn't need Toy Story 4, and now we don't need Toy Story 5. And these movies they just keep delivering. Now, I'm a little bit more worried about Toy Story 5 than I was even of Toy Story 4 because I haven't heard that same creative excitement that I heard for Toy Story 4. Like the big thing that like they told the story in Toy Story 4 that they realized that they had finished Andy's story, but they never finished Woody's story. And as soon as someone said that out loud, they all couldn't get it out of their head that Woody's story wasn't done and they had an idea for how to end Woody's story. And I thought they did a good job of that in Toy Story 4. Toy Story 5 came out because Bob Iger came back and said, we need to make sequels to the billion-dollar films. Toy Story 4 made $1 billion. Moana made $1 billion. Zootopia made $1 billion. So what did we get? We got Moana 2. We got Zootopia 2 coming. And now we're going to have Toy Story 5 coming. This seems more like this franchise makes money, so we're going to make another one. Whereas Toy Story 4 was this franchise makes money, we're going to make another one. But we also have a pretty good idea for making another one. The idea of technology and iPads and all that coming out and taking over children's minds and attention from the toys, very timely. Definitely, there's a story you could tell there. Is it going to be worth telling? Is it going to have the same creative excitement and energy that the previous Toy Story sequels have? We'll have to wait and see. But I just find it funny that you say we absolutely don't need Toy Story 5, which many people would agree with you. And to some extent, I do kind of feel the same way. But we've been here before and it's turned out really well. So I'm gonna give Toy Story 5 the benefit of the doubt for now. Toxic331 says, is it cold there yet in Canada? Because here in Florida, it's actually got a little chilly the last 2 days, which has been nice. Well, it's funny when people say that because like, yeah, in like Winnipeg and in like Calgary, like it's very cold right now. Where I am right now, in British Columbia, it's like specifically my city, it's definitely a little nippy. It's a little cold, but we haven't gotten snow yet. We're still having some sunny days. It still gets kind of warm in the afternoon. It's coldest in the morning. Like I have to go out and start my car and have it defrost before I get into it to go to work at this point of the year now. But I'm not brushing off snow yet, and the roads aren't icy yet. So yeah, it's getting a little bit chilly, but it hasn't reached its peak yet. Like I'm about to probably in the next month, we're probably gonna start to hit negative 40 degrees weather where I think we're not quite we're nowhere near that yet. Um we're probably hitting like, I don't know, 13 degrees, something like that. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head, but not too cold just yet for where I am. But some places in Canada, yeah, it be freezing. Jay Pylon says, I'm at over 200 this year so far. Gotta keep grinding my watch list done. Man, dude, that's crazy. I can't even find 200 movies that came out this year. I don't know how you guys do it. It's really impressive. It's really quite impressive. Jay Palon says last night was the oh whoops, we did a jump. Last night was the Eternity premiere at AMC. My wife went to see it. Did she like it? Because we had someone, I think it was Toxic Gamer in here. He liked it. He saw it last night too. I never even heard of it, but Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller, yeah, I'm there. You know what was underrated this year that I really liked? It was another Miles Teller, but it was Anya Taylor-Joy, The Gorge on Apple TV. I liked it. The Gorge, I thought that was great. Toxic Gamer 331 says, "What do you think are some movies this year that you think were too overhated or you thought didn't deserve all the hate?" That's a good question. That's a really good question that I should have. Let me see if there's anything that I've seen on my letterbox that I thought was like overhated. Let me just go to my letterbox here real quick. Why is it? There we go. All right. Let me see here. Go to my lists. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Why are you doing that? Oh, because I'm hitting the wrong. Stupid. Okay, here we go. Bring this up on screen here. Where am I? There we go. Bring this up on screen. By the way, if you're not following me on Letterbox, there it is. Follow me there. You follow me on Letterbox. Where's my list of 2025? Here we go. 2025. See if there's anything on here that I think was overhated. Let's see here. Didn't like Wolfman. That was overhated. Was Betterman wasn't overhated. Minecraft. Minecraft might have been a little bit overhated. It is a movie that makes me chuckle a bit, but I didn't like it very much. I didn't really like Mickey 17. Love Hurts wasn't great. I don't think that was overhated. You know what? Flight Risk is one that I will say. It wasn't phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't phenomenal, but I saw a lot of people early on saying that Flight Risk was like the worst movie of the year. It's a decent little thriller. Like it didn't blow me away. I thought Topher Grace was kind of entertaining in it. He was just doing kind of his Topher Grace stick. But I don't know. I had some fun with it. Mark Wahlberg was it might be so bad it's good, maybe. But I don't know. I legitimately enjoyed it. So maybe I don't know if I could say that it's overhated. As far as that goes, I don't know if there's anything else that I watched this year that people hated. That you know what, The Electric State. It wasn't great, but people like really crapped on it. Like people really went after the Russos hardcore for The Electric State. It was a Netflix little sci-fi action adventure film. I honestly didn't mind it. I had a couple fun moments with it. That was a little bit. I'll say The Electric State was a little bit overhated. I'll say The Electric State was a little bit overhated. I don't think there's anything else that was overhated that I really liked. Yeah, I think that's about it. That's all I've seen so far this year. So I think I would have to go with Flight Risk and The Electric State. Both movies that I didn't think were like phenomenal, but I also didn't. I don't think they deserved as much hate as they ended up getting. Like the Movie Man says, I just saw a really good movie, Nuremberg. Nuremberg? It's based on a true story where the Americans, the British, and the Russians put the high-ranking commanders on trial who were in league with Hitler. Oh, wow. That sounds hard-hitting. I'd watch that. I'll have to keep that a lookout for that. I'll have to put that on my watch list, and that sounds good. Talk to you 331 says, for me, 28 years later, I know what you did last summer. Wolfman, A Big Bold Beautiful Journey, and Tron Ares. Those are the ones that are coming to mind, at least. These are the ones that were overhated. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I watched I Know What You Did Last Summers for the first time, and when I got to the reboot, the remake, I would agree with you, but I didn't enjoy the ending all that much. I didn't like the twist, and I wasn't even like, I don't want to give it away. It wasn't like I was in love with the franchise that the twist ticked me off. It just, narratively, it felt like a huge stretch to me. So I didn't really like that. Wolfman, it had some cool transformation sequences. But overall, it was just kind of a wasted potential type movie, especially from the director who did The Invisible Man and all that. It was so generic, it was forgettable. I never did see A Big Bold Beautiful Journey, and I didn't see Tron Ares, so I can't speak to those. But yeah, I don't know. I can see the hate for both I Know What You Did Last Summer and Wolfman. I don't personally hate those, but I'm not surprised. Um, let's see here. We got the Dark Room reviews. We got Joel in here. What's going on, Joel? He's saying hello to some people in the chat. Toxic Gamer sent me the link on Instagram. Thank you, man. I will definitely go check that out. Thank you for joining us, Joel. It's great to see you in here, my friend. Joel is a huge supporter of the entire small creator community, guys. If you haven't checked out Dark Room reviews, definitely go give him a click, give him a watch, give him a subscribe, show him some love. Great guy, really great guy. Toxic Gamer 331 says, who do you think is most likely to die in season 5 of Stranger Things? For me, Vecna. You think they're gonna defeat the villain? I think so too. Yeah, I would put Vecna at number 1. 2, Jonathan. 3, Will. 4, Steven. 5, 11. They've teased 11 so many times, but it almost feels like she needs to die in some ways. Like she kind of started it all. I don't know. I could see them doing a big sacrifice thing with 11. Killing off Will just seems like the obvious move. I could see Jonathan dying. Because I could see Jonathan dying in a way that protects his brother, which would kind of harken back to the first season where he feels so guilty that he didn't protect his brother from being taken to the Upside Down. If Jonathan had a chance to once again protect his brother and kind of redeem himself from how he felt in the first season, I could see them doing something with Jonathan in that way. I could see Jonathan doing a big sacrifice to save Will. I don't know that I see Will dying, although I have seen a lot of people online that he's like their number 1 pick for who to die. I agree with you that Vecna is probably there. Steve, they've teased so many times, but Steve would be a big hit to get killed. Of all those, I think that Jonathan is most likely to die, only because I like that idea that I just threw out there about him sacrificing himself for Will. But yeah, Vecna's probably going to die. I would put that at number 1. Jay Palan says The Gorge and Life List and a few more I think got slept on this year. I think The Gorge definitely got slept on this year. I really like The Gorge. Toxic Gamer 331 says, yeah, I would have watched The Gorge for sure. It's just I don't have Apple Plus. Yeah, I mean, can you, I don't really think you can rent it anywhere else. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. It was worth the watch. It was worth, if you want to get the trial, it's worth it, I guess. Or if you want to buy a new iPhone and get 3 months of Apple TV for free, it's worth it. Jay Pylon says, I did a long essay breakdown of Now You See Me, the first one, but was lukewarm on the second one and would like to see the third one at the cinema. Well, man, I mean, I don't think you're alone. I think the third one's tracking to do pretty decently. I think people are looking forward to Now You See Me 3. I'm just not one of them. Could be awesome, though. It could easily win me over. Could be the best of the trilogy. Toxic Gamer 51 says, who do you think will win Best Director at the Oscars? For me, I hope it's Ryan Coogler, but I think it'll probably go to Yorgos or Bogonia, which I like. I can't answer that right now. Best Director at the Oscars for me, I hope it's Ryan Coogler, but I think it'll probably go to Yorgos or Bogonia, which I liked, but I don't think it was great as everyone was saying. Who do I think will? I think Ryan Coogler could be the up there right now, but I mean, like, there's still so many. Like John what's his name? John Chu? Because Wicked Part 2 is still coming out. And the early word on Wicked Part 2 is that it is phenomenal. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but some press have already seen Wicked Part 2. And it's getting nothing but rave reviews. People are even saying that Ariana Grande could win the Oscar for Best Actress, which would be very surprising. I would like to see is it John M. Chu? John M. Chu? Maybe, I don't know. The director of Wicked. I'd like to see him, honestly, because Wicked Part 1 was fantastic. And he didn't even get nominated for the Oscar for Wicked Part 1. So I think they need to give him almost like a combined Wicked Part 1, Wicked Part 2 Oscar nomination. Again, I haven't seen Wicked Part 2. It could suck, or maybe I just don't like it. I don't know. But based off of what he did in Wicked Part 1, I have no reason to doubt that Wicked Part 2 is going to be awesome and great, and the word of mouth is being fantastic. So, I don't know. I kind of want to see him win, honestly. How I'm feeling right now, I'd kind of like to see him win. All right, Jay Pylon, and it looks like we're almost done here. So unless more come in, we're gonna almost call it a show here, guys. So this was great, almost an hour and a half. This was fun. Jay Pylon says I'd watch a Jaws reboot or a sequel. Definitely wouldn't watch a sequel. I don't know. I don't know if we need a Jaws sequel, a legacy sequel with Jaws. Who would come back? Dennis Quaid from Jaws 3D. Um, yeah, I don't know if we need that. I don't know. I don't know that I need more Jaws, honestly. There were so many diminishing returns on Jaws. Now, that doesn't mean that Jaws can't be great. That doesn't mean that a Jaws reboot or a Jaws remake couldn't be awesome. I don't think you do it. I don't see. I feel like the Jaws remakes and reboots that we get are just like the Meg or the Shallows and stuff. Like, man, it's just lightning in a bottle, that Jaws movie. If I had to pick, I'd pick a reboot. I don't care for a sequel. I don't care for a continuation. It's Dennis Quaid's grandson who's now being tracked down by a shark. I don't care. I don't care to see that. I'd be interested to see what they could do with a remake. I mean, CGI is so good. You can make the shark probably look fantastic. If you did the Jurassic Park with the animatronic shark and the CG mixture, it could actually probably be pretty frightening and cool. So I think a Jaws remake could be cool, but I don't know if I want to see a sequel that continues in the timeline of the Roy Scheider and stuff. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Uh, Liam Pritchard agrees the Electric State didn't deserve the hate. I agree. I didn't think it was phenomenal, but it was a Netflix streaming movie, and I had some entertainment from it, so I didn't mind it. Talks Game with 51 says, what are some other movies you missed this year that you plan to watch along with some movies in theaters at the tail end of this year? Oh man, I gotta catch up on Ballerina. I gotta catch up on One Battle After Another. I'm really excited for. I gotta watch that. Um, Oh, there's so many things that I still haven't seen that I'm looking, and like the tail end of the year, like Wicked Part 2, I'm excited for. Zootopia 2, I'm excited for. Avatar: Fire and Ash, obviously, I'm excited for. I want to see this Marty Supreme because of all the Oscar buzz for Timothy Chalamet that's coming out there. Um, yeah, no, there's a lot more that I want to catch up on that I want to see. I haven't seen Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning yet because my wife and I love Mission Impossible films, and I promised her that I would watch it with her, and we just haven't found time to sit down and watch it yet. So I want to watch Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. I already said Ballerina, which I'm very excited for. Running Man, which is coming out at the end of this week. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to theaters for that, but I do want to see it. It's Edgar Wright. I love Edgar Wright. Um, yeah, no, there's a couple. There's a couple there that I definitely plan on watching and definitely want to see it for the rest of the year. Um, Jay Pylon says I'm gonna see Nur. This is the same movie. I butchered it again. Nuremberg. Next week. It's got Bruce Block-Sleeder in it too. Bruce Block-Sleeder. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I don't know who Bruce Block-Sleeder is. Maybe I do, just not by name. Not familiar to me. I'm sorry, but I'm very excited that you're excited. Liam Pritchard. Something I've noticed is that there have been 4 movies this year with characters named even them. Poor Girl, Ballerina, Superman, and Tron's Ares. I've not even heard of Poor Girl. I don't know what that is. Oh, add Eternity to the list. I want to see that with Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller. I want to. I'll check out Poor Girls. I do want to see Bugonia. I'm hearing good things about Bugonia. I do want to see that. Liam Pritchard says, "Are you looking forward to Wake Up Dead Man? I didn't really like Glass Onion, but the cinematography this time looks great and the cast are even better." Yeah, I'm really excited for Wake Up Dead Man because it's coming out on Netflix, and Netflix is terrible with promoting stuff. I totally forgot that Wake Up Dead Man was coming out at the end of this year. That's definitely one I'm looking forward to. That's definitely one like on Netflix. I'm definitely gonna catch Wake Up Dead Man. Because I love Knives Out and Glass Onion. While it's not better than the first Knives Out, I think the first Knives Out is written smarter. It was a really good follow up. I really liked Glass Onion, and it was different. And Wake Up Dead Man looks to be different from both Knives Out and Glass Onion. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. The View with Drew says, "What do you think is the best comic movie villain?" For me, it's definitely Heath Ledger's Joker. He will never be dethroned at all. I mean, that's the easy answer. It's also probably the right answer. Like you just not only in the movie, but just look at how he's endured. Look at the pulp culture impact that Heath Ledger's Joker. When people dress up as the Joker, when people mention the Joker, they're thinking 9 times out of 10, they're thinking Heath Ledger's Joker. They're not thinking of Jack Nicholson. They're not thinking. They're definitely not thinking of Jared Leto. They're not even thinking of Joaquin Phoenix, especially after Folie à Deux. They're thinking of Heath Ledger, and that alone shows you just the impact that he had and just how phenomenal of a performance he gave in The Dark Knight. It's truly a classic performance. Like we're far enough removed from The Dark Knight that we can officially call it a classic, and Heath Ledger gives a classic performance in The Dark Knight. So that is the answer. As far as other ones, like I do like Ian McDiarmid as Magneto in the X-Men films. I even like Michael Fassbender as Magneto, but he's a little bit more of like well, I guess Ian McDiarmid could be a little bit of an anti-hero at times too, but I don't know. Of the two, I think I would choose Ian McDiarmid's Magneto. Um I think that I do think that Thanos is up there. I mean, again, you look at the cultural impact. We're still talking about. I mean, it's nowhere near as long as Heath Ledger's Joker impact, but we're still talking about Thanos. Thanos still comes up. So I do think Josh Brolin as Thanos needs to be up there. There's an well, I think Willem Dafoe's Goblin is beloved, but I don't think he's like the best comic book movie villain. I think people just really like him. But Doc Ock, Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, I think he can still be argued. He's still up there in Spider-Man. Um, Gene Hackman even as Lex Luthor in the Superman films. I think you could still include him. I think he's endured. I still like his performance in Superman. Um, yeah, those are the ones that come off the top of my head. You know, Loki. I mean, Loki kind of became a hero in the series and as the movies went on, but Loki's kind of iconic, and Tom Hiddleston is pretty iconic. So, but yeah, no, the answer is Heath Ledger's Joker. Like that is just the answer. That question has an answer. It's not subjective. It's objective. It's Heath Ledger's Joker. Obviously, I'm kidding, but I don't. It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue. Jay Pylon says Chris Nolan's Jaws. Okay, if you got Chris Nolan to do Jaws, I'm way more on board. I'm still hesitant. I'm still like, don't touch that. Put it back. Put it away. Put it away. But no. I don't. I still don't want it. But if Christopher Nolan was, or like if Denis Villeneuve was doing it, what are some other hot directors out there that if they were doing it, I'd be like, okay. Steven Spielberg, if he came back to do it, I honestly still wouldn't want that either. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's really hard to get me on board. It'd be really hard to get me on board. But Christopher Nolan, that helps a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Liam Pritchard says, by the way, Poor Girl is a short film I made. Cheeky plug. Oh, okay. Sorry, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. You made a short film, and it's one of the best of the year. That's awesome, man. Is that available to view on your YouTube channel? I'll have to check that out. That's really cool. Talks Game 51 says the reason why I think Will is dying is because he's been the one that's tied to the Upside Down since the beginning, and I can see it being a full circle moment where he steps to Vecna and sacrifices himself. Yeah, that could be a scene that hits. I could enjoy that. I don't know. I kind of think all four boys, like the core four boys playing Dungeons, because I honestly would love, this might be a little bit corny and maybe I wouldn't love it. I just kind of thought about it. But I would kind of like to see the four boys playing Dungeons and Dragons one last time to end the show. Like you do one final scene of them. Maybe they're about to head off to college. Maybe they're already in college. They're definitely college age, so they could be in college. You just do a time jump. And they're sitting around and they're playing Dungeons and Dragons one last time as they're about to split off and say their goodbyes. I just think all four of those boys should survive. 11, I think, could be up there. Steve, Jonathan, I think those. But again, if they killed Will, it would leave an impact. I would be impacted. So that is the way to go. All right. Toxic Gamer 331 says, I'm going to head out now. Nice getting to talk to you again, as always, my friend. And let me know what you think of the link I sent you. Everyone has a nice rest of your night. And always remember pizza. Never forget the pizza time. All right, Toxic Gamer, thank you so much for being here, my friend. Thank you so much for chatting. The show was made better because you were made part of it. And I appreciate you, dude. Have a good night. And I will check out that link. Thank you again for setting me up with that. All right, Laser Michael. We got a couple more here, and then it looks like we're actually going to sign off. Laser Michael says, who are the best Stranger Things characters? For me, it's Dustin, Steve, and Hopper. Yeah, I do enjoy Dustin. I think Lucas is an underrated character, but I understand why people like he's not as charismatic as some of the other ones, so I can see why. But Dustin's definitely up there. Eleven's up there. Hopper is up there. Steve, of course. I like Maya Hawke's character. I'm slipping her name at the moment, but I do like Maya Hawke's character. Nancy is probably my least favorite character. I'm not gonna lie, she's probably my least favorite character. Um, yeah, no, those are definitely like the ones that you go to. Oh, but what was it wasn't I don't think it was Billy. Billy was Sadie Sink's brother. What was Joseph Quinn's name? Eddie. Eddie. He's up there too. Eddie is up there. Eddie is a beloved character, and he's a beloved character for a reason. So I choose Eddie. I definitely choose Eddie. Jay Pylon says, I will watch Poor Girl too, Liam. I got it on the open tab. Oh, yes, it's on. Okay, yes, it's on YouTube. So Liam Pritchard, his short film Poor Girl is on YouTube. Go over to his YouTube channel and check it out. With that, guys, it looks like we have reached the end of the comments and questions. We've gone for about an hour and a half here. That's pretty good. So we're going to sign off. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for giving me your time, chatting for once again another successful Zach Milne Talks live. Keep your eye open on the channel. There's going to be some stuff coming out. I got some things in the working on some Arnold Schwarzenegger rankings. Looks like we're going to be doing a tier ranking of all the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I'm going to have to get that going. So keep your eyes out for that. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. You can check out some more content right over here. And don't just watch movies, talk movies. I will see you guys next time. Have a great night.